Here's the truth. Paper trading can be the most powerful tool for new traders or the biggest trap to keep people from ever going live. Most beginners skip it because they think it's fake money, and others stay in it way too long because it feels so safe. But the purpose of paper trading isn't just about winning trades. It's to prepare your mindset, to test your strategy, and to build discipline you'll need when real money is on the line. And in this episode, we're going to be breaking down exactly how to use paper trading the right way so you can actually grow as a trader instead of stuck in paper trading mode. Well, my name is Chrissy.
And I'm George.
And welcome to Married to the Market. Let's jump right into this because paper trading is recommended and it's necessary. It is a way for you to stay in a safe place to learn, especially as a beginner.
Yeah. In that sense, it's like no risk. Right?
Yeah.
You're not putting your real capital online, but it's a sense of where you could learn at the same time. So you're not putting up the risk, but it could be dangerous if you're staying too long. So
Yeah, I just feel like it's great because this is where you test your strategy. This can see, okay, is my strategy working? Am I consistent? Am I following my rules? Right. So you can make those mistakes without losing all your money in the beginning stages.
the stress level is not there as much, right? Some people still freak out when they do paper trading, which is good. But at the same time, some people will take it the opposite way. Say, well, because it's not real money, they're not stressed out. But the thing is, when you paper trade, it's supposed to cost you less stress. In a sense, you're still learning the process while you're.
Yeah, it builds your confidence, guys. That's what it's all about, building your confidence. So when you do put your real money, you're ready to go when it comes to that. Because I don't want anybody fumbling the bag over stupid mistakes. This is why I tell everybody that's in our mentorship, start just a small period of time though, but start with paper trading, right? Because I need you to know how to buy, how to sell, where's the ask, where's the bid. You need to understand things like that. And I just think it's important because I don't want you to buy put when you're supposed to be buying a call. And those things can cost you.
You don't learn your platform. I always recommend, regardless of whatever platform they're using, go on that platform and practice. So you practice with paper trade, right? You learn, okay, where do I find this? How do I do puts? How do I do calls? What strike prices are? How far should I go up? Those are the things that you could see when you're paper trading. So now when you're actually trading, you know what to do.
Correct. Practice makes progress in this, right? Just like any skill, rep matters. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get because in the beginning, you might fumble. You're still learning. If you're doing Thinkorswim, if you're doing Robinhood, whichever platform you're doing, you're still learning that base, right? You have to know, am I going to be trading from my computer? Because trading from your computer looks different from trading from your phone. And so it's just getting used to something. And I always say, start off the way you want to continue. Like George, he doesn't care. He can go from his phone to his computer. I prefer a computer.
So my thing is, phone, every time I trade from my phone, most of the times I end up
Yeah.
versus the computer. Yeah, I can see trading view from my phone, but I'd rather be.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about placing your trade.
Oh, place my trade. Oh, absolutely. Phone all day.
See, there's a difference between us.
Yeah, phone all day.
Yeah, he will do from his phone, and I'm going to do it from the computer because I started off that way. I'm comfortable that way. That's just what I want to do.
But you know, the more reps you put in, just like you said, it helps you strengthen your strategy. It helps you test certain things. That way, you're building up confidence. You're not saying, okay, can I do this? You're actually doing it, but you're not doing it with real money.
Yeah. This is going to help you figure out how you feel when you have those wins and your losses, even in a demo account. You're still going to feel it because it's so hard when you lose and it's exciting when you win. You're going to start to process that now.
But it helps you also to see where your bad habits and where you have your good habits. And then you can learn from those. But the thing is, when you're paper trading, you want to identify those. So you have to make sure that you're doing everything just like how you would do it when you're trading real money.
And here's the truth. Paper trading has a shelf life. You cannot stay there too long because it limits your growth. You're not really feeling it, right? And it may feel good, but it doesn't build up that emotional discipline that you really need when you put your own money in. So that's why I always tell people, I'm not asking you to throw a bag, right? But start off small. Something is better than nothing. And you got to feel that pressure. I would truly say, I don't want anybody to think like, okay, I'm just comfortable here. People get stuck
Yeah,
stuck
they get
in this
stuck in
paper trading mode
especially if they lost.
because they're afraid.
Especially if they keep on losing in paper trade, they might say,
Yeah.
"This is not for me." But you have to think about it. When they're paper traded, they're not connected with the money to begin with because it's
Mm-hmm.
not real capital. So what they will do, they'll revenge trade.
Overtrade.
They'll do all those stuff that you shouldn't be doing, but people still do it with real capital or real money. So you're trying to avoid that. So when you have your money, you don't overtrade, you don't revenge trade, you don't fall for FOMO, you don't go into trades without a good setup.
Yeah. So your confidence basically is going to be different when you don't have skin in the game. That can be very misleading. It can make you feel like, okay, I can have 10 grand days, I can have 5 grand days
Yeah.
every single day or higher, because sometimes people are not trading with the allotted amount that they're really going to be trading with on a daily basis. That can give them the impression that, oh, I can get this amount, but you're not even trading with that. That's why I always tell people, if you're going to paper trade with the amount that you plan to trade with in the beginning.
Don't paper trade if you know you're not gonna have 10 grand in your account and trading 10 grand per
Yep.
trade. Why are you trading like you have that capital? If you know you're starting off your account with $1,000, maybe you should be looking at trades that are $150 or less. Let me trade those, but I'm gonna monitor it in a sense where I'm only gonna trade one contract, 2 contracts max, because I don't want to put all my capital up at once.
And remember, this is for beginner traders, people that are now getting started. We want to help beginner traders get started when it comes to taking their first trade and feeling confident in that. There's a difference between knowing how and knowing yourself under pressure. Everybody thinks they can do it, but what happens when the news comes out? This morning, Trump was speaking and everything's going up and down and crazy. Yeah. What happens when those things, how do you feel? Like your emotions is very big when it comes to trading. I feel like, to be honest, keeping your emotions in check is better than your strategy. But for real though, honestly, all jokes aside, your emotions is very, very important when it comes to trading.
It's one of the key things.
Yeah.
Trading can rip you apart, man.
It's a mental game.
Mentally, it can rip you apart. So you have to know how to deal with emotion. How do you feel when you're under pressure? How do you feel if a trade go against you? How do you feel when a trade is going in your direction? Because there's a thing that is fear and there's a thing called greed, right? Greed can kick in when you're up a lot and you'd be like, man, you know what? I'm going to take it to the moon.
Yeah.
Right. But then you didn't take profit and it fall back, versus fear is like, oh my God, I'm down a lot. I over leveraged and I don't want to lose. I'm hoping and praying it come back so I can break even.
Yeah.
And it never does.
Didn't you have a situation this morning that you were contemplating, Ron?
Oh my God. So the Tesla trade, yeah, because we was up 300% on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I have to really think about that. I'm like, why am I thinking about if I should take profit at 300%?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that you're up that much and you're saying,
we know it could go more.
But why not take profit at some point or trim and leave some there? So that's why I always tell people, hey, make sure you're trimming along the way, because tomorrow there will be new.
Correct.
CPI tomorrow. With CPI coming out tomorrow, there could be a lot of stuff that affect that, and the price could just tank. Yeah. At that point, you've been up 300%. You wake up tomorrow and you're down.
You will fall.
You're down. So there's no sense of me take something off the table.
Yeah. So when is it time to graduate to real trading? A lot of people just really want to know, okay, I started paper trading. Now, when do I really put my money in?
Well, I always say, give it time. That comes with back testing, understanding certain things, how to execute the trade, how to find your setup. Give yourself about 30 to 60 days. But this is where mentorship kicks in. This is where mentorship speeds that process up. Because with a mentor, you could go straight into it within a couple of weeks or even a month.
Correct.
Because what they're going to do is, especially if you're trading alongside.
Because you have a strategy that you're following, right? You have a group of people that is doing the same thing with you guys. If they're going live, you're taking the trades with them, you're seeing things in real time. So you have that accountability versus if you were doing it by yourself. If you were doing it by yourself, give yourself some time, 30 to 60 days, because you're going to need that time to practice, the back test, make sure and just to get connected.
Because within that time frame, you're taking notes of everything. You're
Mhm.
journaling. And when you're journaling, you're seeing what works for you and what doesn't. If you're saying, all right, you know what, this setup I like, but every time I take this setup, it doesn't go my way. Versus you could say every time that you go in at 9:45, or if you wait till
Yeah,
9:45,
first
the
15
trades
minutes.
are better than
Yeah.
if you go ahead and trade right away as the market open. You pay attention to some of those Mondays. Is Mondays a good day for trading for you? Those are things that you want to see. And then now you say, all right, when I'm trading, if I'm down, how do I feel? Do I feel anxious? Do I always cut my trade quick? Or when I'm in profit, do I try to be greedy and go extra? Or when it hit my target, I take profit. When it hit a certain percentage, because I told myself once I hit 20%, I'm going to scale out. And am I doing that every trade?
If somebody tells me, I think I'm ready to start trading now, my whole thing is, I need you to be able to answer this. Do you know where you're entering? Do you know where your stop loss is? Do you know where your target? Like, what's the process? What's the plan? If you can spill that out easily, then yeah, maybe it's time. But if you're fumbling and you're like, I don't
Yeah.
know, then you're not ready yet.
Yeah. If you're guessing, then
If you're guessing, you're not ready yet.
no.
Because with us, we have a strategy. So our students, when they come in, they know where they're getting in, they know where their stop is, they know where their take profit instant,
Yeah.
because we make it that simple for them to understand. A lot of people in the beginning may know where to get in, but they may not know where to
Where
put
to
their
stop.
stop or take profit. So sometimes people are holding on thinking it's going to go all the way here and not seeing the clear picture and end up losing. And just like in the last video we talked about, right? That cycle of failure, and they're not learning and they just keep doing the same thing over and over until their account is just completely blown.
Yeah. Or till they give up. But because they say, listen, you know what, this is not for me. But a lot of people that are good in trading, at some point, they felt like they won, either give up or
Oh, yeah.
they gave it a break. But something pulled them back in.
That
And they,
aha moment.
right? But sometimes it's just you just lock into your strategy. Your strategy works. It's just that when you're watching other people make money and you see them using their strategies, man, their strategy worked better than mine.
Yeah.
But you have to remember too, the mental capacity is different in that strategy versus your strategy, right? So there's a lot of different things that goes with each
We got to
strategy.
stop strategy hopping. When you find a strategy, you just have to lock in with that strategy. I cannot stress that enough. There's a lot of people that want to know this strategy and that person's strategy. The strategy works. You just got to work the strategy. You just got to know, okay, maybe what time frame does this work best on? You just have to lock in, stop guessing, and follow a real process.
So how would you say they transition now into real money?
I'm going to say start small, right? Maybe get 1 or 2 contracts, start small. Don't go ahead and throw a 10K in on your first trade, okay? Absolutely not. Start with a small account, test your feet, put your foot in the water, and see how that goes for you. Because at this point, you know how to put in the trade, you know what the options chain looks like, you know how to get in, you know how to get out. You're comfortable, you know what a trailing stop is, you know how to trail. Like, there's certain steps to this. And if you can do that with a small, I feel like it's the same, guys, it's the same no matter what size account you're on. If you're on a small account or a large account, the process is still the same. So I say test in a small account and then work your way up.
That's why I said make sure you're doing the same thing when it comes to you doing paper trading. You'll follow the same concept as why you're getting in the trade. You trade it with the same lot size like you did paper. Now, if you
Not
weren't
lot
following,
size. See, we transitioning, right? You can see where we started off, right? We started off in the Forex world.
but not lot size, but
We don't want y'all to be confused around here.
contracts. Sorry, contracts. So you want to make sure that you're getting the same contracts that you do when you're paper trading. So you're not over trading, you're not revenge trading, you're not doing anything to mess your account.
Like you said, just knowing that fear and greed part of it is going to come in at some point or the other. And I guarantee you, all the experienced traders that are watching are going to understand, because we've all been there where we are either fearful or greedy. At some point, you get slapped up a little bit and then you come to your senses, but it will prepare you. The way you start is how you're going to continue, I would truly say. Keep journaling. reflection really matters throughout this process, even more when you're playing with real money. It's your
Always say
money.
that. That's why I always say journal everything. If you could journal everything from the start, like your day, how did you start your day? When you wake up in the morning, what did you do? You have to pay attention to all that because all of that factor into your trading. So just make sure you're journaling and you're writing down everything. And that will help you along the way because now you could track and go back and see what happened. Well, if you can't tell what happened, then you're gonna keep making the same mistake.
Paper trading is a tool, not a crutch, guys. It's like putting in them reps, right? We got to put in them reps constantly. So that's just how I see it.
At some
Don't.
point with paper trading, you
Yeah.
have to get off the bandwagon and say, now it's time to trade for real,
Yeah.
right? So we always encourage paper trading for a certain amount of time, for a couple weeks, especially in our mentorship. We want them to start off with paper trading. We want them to know how to execute trade, how to move around with whichever platform they're using. But at the end of the day, we don't want them to get stuck to that.
Yep.
If you get stuck to that, then you're not going to actually know how it feels.
You got to use
to
it
trade.
wisely, right? It's a stepping stone for the process. It's just not a destination. It's just a step to get you there, to get you comfortable. But I do have some reflective questions that I want you guys to answer for me. Either you could put it in your journal, you could put it in the description below. But my first question is, are you paper trading with intention? Or are you just afraid and avoiding the risk because you're scared? You really need to think about that if you're still in that paper trading mode. The second question I have for you, am I using a real strategy or clicking buttons to see what happens? When it comes to trading, you have to have a strategy. Like we
Yep.
talked about, sticking to that strategy
Yep.
and making sure you follow through. If you don't have a strategy, need a strategy, make sure you sign up for our mentorship. If you miss this one, then maybe the next one you can sign up for. Definitely book a call to see if you qualify for that. And the last one is, what is keeping me from going live? Is it fear or is it lack of preparation?
Great question.
Great question. So, guys, make sure you're in our Discord. We give lots of education. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? We are live every single day. You do
Every day.
market recaps at
Every day.
night. We do Sunday signals.
Yeah.
But the VIP group, we give you live call outs. So if you guys want to trade with us live and get these percentages, come into the VIP. The link is below. We have the mentorship. We are here for you. We have all aspects ready to roll, journals, all of it. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared. So if you guys want to come along, look at his shirt, married to the market.
Yes,
He's
baby.
married to the market, baby.
I'm married to the
we're
market.
not going nowhere. This is it.
Got
And
my ring on my finger. I'm married to her, though. I'm married to her. But both of us are married to the market.
Absolutely. So, guys, make sure you subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms, and we will see you guys in the next video.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.